Hello Virgo, how are you doing this evening? Welcome to Tarot Universe T's channel. I hope everyone's doing great. Looking forward here to doing your reading in a few minutes. Going to be doing, going back to my Celtic cross, where I do a Celtic cross and then I do another Celtic cross on top of that. Then the last three cards is past, present, and future. So I'm going to be doing that tonight, and also it will be for January 16th through the 31st. So let's get started here. Make sure we got some good lighting. General reading, and then I'm coming back to do a love reading for all of you for the 16th through the 31st. So Virgo, January 16th through January 31st, 2019. What do we have for our Virgos? Okay. Oops. Okay. All right, Virgo, let's see what we've got. And the bottom of the deck, we do have Temperance. Okay, be mindful of our reactions to things. Be mindful of how we treat ourselves as well as how we treat others. Okay, so you're aware of that, and that's what you want. Okay, so what is the main issue that we're going to be looking at this evening? And you've got the Nine of Cups. Let me move this up just a smidge. There we go, it's a little better. Okay, so you have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So this is talking to me about your dreams, your hopes, your dreams of all the things that you want to happen in life. And it's being clarified by the Four of Cups in the upright. So, well, what this is telling me, Virgo, is that you haven't gotten what you're looking for yet. There's also another issue is that you might not know exactly what you're looking for, is what I just got from Spirit. You have a pretty darn good idea of what you're looking for, but there may be sometimes when you feel confused as to what it is you really want out of life. Okay, so that's what I'm getting anyway. You do have the Four of Cups here in the upright, and that's telling me that the things that you've gotten so far, you can get more of the same of that. The universe is, handing you down more of what you've had in the past. But you're kind of like, you're either worried that you're not going to keep getting the same thing that you've had, or you're kind of upset that you're getting the same thing that you've had. Okay, and usually this card means kind of sick and tired of the same old ham and cheese sandwich type thing. It could be your job, it could be a love, it could be hobbies, life in general, what you're going to do next, that type of thing. Okay, so the Nine in the reverse tells me that you might be a little confused about what you really want. Okay, but you know that you don't want the same old. Okay, I got that clear. All right, so we're moving to the crown of your reading here, and I do have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So, what I'm seeing here is somebody that, has a job already. If you don't have a job, you're looking for one, is what this is telling me. You're looking for a new start, and it hasn't happened yet. That's for some of you Virgos. For other Virgos, I'm getting that you already have skills that you need to go out and find a job, and that there's no new skills that you're learning at this particular point in time. And there may not be a need to, learn new skills at this point in time right now. I'm getting a lot of like boredom. I'm getting boredom with this as well. Ace of Pentacles, you know, it usually means a brand new start of learning something new, maybe going back to school. Could be learning a new craft, learning a new hobby, a new skill. But, you know, it's in the reverse. So it's either on hold right now, so you're kind of bored and wishing that things would move forward, or it's, you know, that you're just, you know, you're wanting something different to do. You might be kind of bored is what I'm getting. Okay, and the base of your reading, you do have the King of Pentacles. So this is what's behind you. King of Pentacles is someone that, you know, is in charge of their money, their incoming, their outgoing. They have money to offer others. They're very confident about being able to take care of themselves. They're not reliant on someone else. So this shows me that, you know, you've got that confidence that you can take care of yourself in on this planet, you know, on Mother Earth, right? Okay. In the recent past, you do have the Fool card. So it means that, you know, you might have started something brand new. Or it could mean that, you know, you've been feeling, since the recent past, you've been feeling like starting something new. You want a new venture, a new excitement, something to come into your life that gives you, you know, a reason to get up in the morning and maybe like a different kind of job, or somebody to come into your life that brings some kind of newness of something, is what I'm getting from this card. This is not a love reading, by the way. This is a general reading. I just wanted to remind all of you. I did say it at the beginning of the card shuffle, but sometimes people skip forward past that and might not have heard that. So I am going to come back and do a love reading for all the signs, though. But this is a general reading. So if I'm saying, you know, that you want a brand new start on your job or in a relationship, it could mean anything. You might even want to move with this new start, okay? It's just showing that you want to just go off, start something new, not really do a lot of research about it, not really caring to, because you just want to some kind of change so badly that you're willing to just move one foot in front of the other, go forward, and hope that everything works out. Okay. Now, we do have, that was in the recent past. In the near future, you have the Chariot. So the universe is telling you that in the near future, you are going to be moving forward towards something, okay? So that's a really good card to get. It looks like you're going to take your own advice from some kind of built-in frustration or some kind of boredom. You are going to act on those energies and move forward with this Chariot. So that's really cool. Very good for you. All right, so let's see what your energy is now. We have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So the Queen of Cups in the reverse is not a very happy camper. She can be very ruthless. She can be very, you know, she's the queen of the emotions, right? Because she's the cups. So when she's in the upright, she's really happy and excited and offers love to others, and, you know, just a very deep feeling type person, maybe very intuitive. You're carrying the energies of a Queen of Cups in the reverse. So you're carrying the energies of a person that, you know, might be a little bit agitated easy, maybe cries easy, gets frustrated and bored real quick. You know, that type of energy where you're just, she can be very, very cruel too when she's upset. So it's just kind of a warning to you that you are carrying these energies. And this is just for the last 2 weeks of January 2019. So this isn't a life sentence or anything here. This is just for the last 2 weeks of January that you may experience some impatience-ness. Maybe you might even just start crying after hearing a song or something. It's going to be that kind of a thing. Okay. In your environment, you do have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So this is telling me that you're going, the swords are all about thoughts and thinking and renumerating, you know, over and over, like in a loop of certain things that we're thinking about. We just keep thinking over and over and over about it. And I'm seeing that you're doing that to yourself, or somebody in your environment that you're with is doing this to you or around you. They may be, instead of just doing it in their mind, they may be talking to you to look within yourself, like saying things out loud, like you should be more careful when you pull something out of the oven, just like for instance. So they're making you look at yourself, and they're making you think about yourself within, okay? You should watch what you say around your boss. So then you kind of reflect. They're making you reflect. It either could be somebody in your environment that's doing that to you, or it could be you doing it to yourself. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Now, your fears and your dreams and wishes is, you have the Four of Wands in the reverse. So your fear is that you're not going to stable out, or you're not going to get balanced out, is what I meant. That things aren't going to get stable for you. That's your fear. Your hopes and dreams would be that things do get stable naturally. And what I'm getting is that you're missing, or you're in fear that you're not going to, you know, this is usually reflects to the house, the Four of Wands, like stability for the home, a place where you always spend most of your time. It could be your job. You just want stability. You want things to feel safe, like they're going to last forever. You know, you're wanting that. You might even have nostalgia right now about old times when you were a kid and things felt real stable. You know, you knew you had your home to come to. You had a rough day outside with your friends in the summer or during school. During the school year, you might, if you had a rough day at school, you might say, well, you know, can't wait to get home and go to my room and, you know, do what I want to do. And it was like a safe haven for you. And I feel like, you know, this card's telling me that you're wanting that, you're missing that. And you're kind of in fear a little bit that you might not get that again, that feeling, okay? Now, moving on to the outcome of your reading, Virgo, we do have the Nine of Pentacles. That's an awesome outcome. Nine of Pentacles, really? That's awesome. That means this could mean a lot of you that are watching are single, but you're happy being single, is what this card's telling me. You have enough money to pay your bills. You have enough to go out and do things that you want to do. So your worries aren't there. That's not what you're worried about. And let's see what card we have for clarification. You have a lot of fours in the reverse. We have a lot of reversals. You have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, and then you have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. So what this is telling me is that you don't want to hold yourself back from not being single. You know, like if someone was to come along and you were to fall in love, you're not holding yourself back from that idea. You know, it's not like something that you wouldn't want to do. Because the Four of Pentacles in the upright is like holding back. So what I'm getting for you, Virgo, is that you're happy being single right now, but you are kind of missing some of you. This is naturally not going to go for all of you. You're missing, you know, maybe a partner or a lover or something like that to accompany you. Somebody that you can take with you places, and or someone that you live with that you can call home and you feel safe and sound there. And I feel like some of you are missing that. Excuse my dog. He's got asthma. And so he's just, it doesn't last very long. That's about as long as it lasts. So anyway, so I'm seeing that you're happy single, but for maybe these 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks of January, you might feel a little bit like you want to go out and maybe mingle a little bit more, maybe in hopes of maybe running into someone that could change that singlehoodness. Right? Okay. Now the bottom of the card on the bottom of the deck was the Temperance that I showed you. So we're looking at how we're treating others and how we're treating ourselves. You know, you might be pushed a little bit right now to be a little angered or a little bit quick to snap. You know, like that. I showed you your energies are the Queen of Cups in the reverse, and she can be pretty Well, when she's upset, everyone knows about it. You know, she doesn't hold back. She can't hold back, really. It just bubbles up and bubbles out. So, and so does her love. So it's the opposite. So you'll have those energies right now for the last 2 weeks of January. You're going to experience that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to do another Celtic cross on top of this one. And we're going to get a little bit more clarification on what's going on with Virgo. General reading. All right. I love the fact that my son said when I shuffle my cards, this is my younger son, he said, Mom, it sounds like someone's clapping. Like, not someone's clapping. It sounds like a crowd is clapping. It kind of does. Ever since he said that, I can't stop picturing that now since he said that. So, all right, Virgo, January 16th through the 31st, general reading. What's going on with Virgos, huh? What's going on? I'm going to do a little bit of extra shuffling here for these cards to make sure that they all have a chance to be in the right position they want to be in. Virgo, what's going on with Virgos? The cards aren't stiff or anything. It's not like you don't want to talk about things, because you do. So I am getting a nice movement with the cards, so that's good. All right. Let's see what's going on here. One more shuffle. All right, that did it. Here we go, Virgo. Let's see what we have. Virgos, January 16th through the 31st. Bottom of the deck, what do we have? We do have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, we'll put that over here with our other Temperance card. Okay, let's move on here. What do we have at the center? Issue is what? We have the Princess of Swords in the reverse. So you're not talking, you're not communicating right now, and to clarify, that is the Magician. Wow, okay, so you're not feeling like talking about anything or any issues right now, and you're not feeling very much like you're in your power to create things either. You're kind of feeling like what's a good word for it? We kind of feel like we're out of sorts of ourselves a little bit, like you're kind of in a funk. You have the Nine of Cups you started out with in the other Celtic cross, and then you had the Four of Cups crossing that. So you're kind of bored of doing the same thing over and over, daily routine. And then you've got not wanting to talk about it much and not feeling like you're in your power to really change that right now. Okay? Alrighty. So let's go ahead and see what we have at the crown of your reading. We did get, previously we had the Ace of Pentacles, which meant you weren't starting out on any kind of new studies or anything like that. And the second Celtic cross here, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So you're doing okay with money, it looks like. I mean, you ended up over here with the Nine of Pentacles as an outcome. So it doesn't seem like money seems to be an issue right now for you, Virgo. Knight of Pentacles, you're feeling like you want stability. There's that stability again. The Knight of Pentacles is either a Virgo like yourself, Capricorn, or a Taurus person. And, you know, they're pretty stable. They're not reckless. They don't just run out and, you know, just do something without thinking it through or anything like that. You know, and, you know, they usually have money, and they usually are able to pay for their own way and to do things, to go out with their friends or buddies or whatever. They do have, you know, the wherewithal to take someone out on a date and pay for it, or, you know, they usually have their own place and all that. So, you know, that's at the crown. This is important to you because it's at the crown of your reading. So those issues right there, that's really important that you have that you do have your own place, that you do have your own money, that you can take care of yourself. Those things are really important for you right now, okay? At the base of your reading, you do have that Temperance card again came up. The first reading was the King of Pentacles. So feeling good about, your money. Again, I'm saying that again. You do have a Temperance card though here. So we're looking again at our patience. Maybe being more patient about, well, not more patient. I guess you're being patient about being bored with maybe your job or our everyday living grind of everything, the same thing. Get up in the morning, go to work, come home, shower, eat, watch TV, go to bed, and do it all over again, over and over and over and over. So, that's what I'm getting. It's like a little bit of boredom, and the universe is asking you to have patience with that. It looks like, you might be thinking in your mind about what you want to do to break out of that boredom, though. So there's some plans, or there's some thoughts going on in your mind about how you can break out of this cycle that you're in, okay? So I do see that here. All right. So now we're going to move on to the recent past. You did have the Fool card, wanting to just start out on anything new, something new, moving forward with something. And on top of that is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is like having a lot of oppression, of like, it's different than depression. It's more of like having a lot of responsibilities, maybe on your job. Like you have to be there at a certain time, you have to get this done at a certain time, and then there's lunch and you got a certain time for that, and then you got to get back. So maybe you're feeling, you normally do this type of thing is what I'm getting from Spirit. You normally do this type of thing all the time. But for some reason, it's irritating you more now. I mean, I don't mean to laugh. I'm just trying to explain it. It just seems it's bothering you more right now. It's more noticeable right now for some reason. And there's always a reason for those, things that become salient to us. Universe is talking to you, It's making you aware of what's really happening. And maybe it's time for a change, on the job, or time for a change to maybe, if you're single, maybe it is time to start looking for someone. Okay, moving right along here. We do have, in the near future, we had the Chariot moving forward, which is really awesome. And then you had the Eight of Cups in the reverse, but you're not wanting to. So you're not wanting to move forward from something. Whatever this is, maybe you're afraid to move forward away from your job because, it's predictable and it's an unpredictable world out there. You might start another job and the economy takes a poop and then everybody starts getting laid off and you'd be the first one to go because you're new on the job. So it's this type of thing. You want to move forward with this Chariot, but you also don't want to. So you're kind of like in two different minds here. I want to, but, type thing. And there's reasons why you don't want to move forward. Maybe it's just because you're kind of in that funk, You're not wanting to talk a lot about it, and you're not feeling very like you're in your powers to change anything right now. So just know, and I know you do know, that things, move along and things change. And then, you'll be back in your energy again. And then when you're out of the funk, it's a better time to make a decision because you're not making it out of just boredom and just to switch things up. You're waiting. And then when you come out of the funk, then you can think more clearly and you can make better decisions like that. So you don't burn any bridges behind you either. Okay, so your power was the Queen of Cups in the reverse, feeling kind of edgy, a little bit edgy. And you also got the King of Pentacles. I think that's twice you've had the King of Pentacles. You're doing very well with your money. Here's the King of Pentacles here. You had it in the, beneath your reading here. So it looks like to me you're doing very well with money. So it doesn't seem to be any kind of, you're feeling, you're feeling emotionally kind of grumpy, but you're also feeling like, you know, the King of Pentacles, like you could go out and have a good time if you really wanted to. Like you could force yourself. It's almost like self-made misery is what you're doing to yourself. You know that you still got it, like type thing. You know, I could dress up, I could go out and, you know, I could wine and dine anybody, or I, you know, for women, you know I could get dressed up and go out and all the guys would be whistling, that type of thing, but you're in a funk, so you're not doing it, and so you're feeling kind of bitchy or kind of angry, you know, type thing. Yeah, that's the energy I'm getting. Okay, so now we're moving on to your environment, and what I have here is the Ace of Swords in the reverse, plus you've got the Ace of Wands on top of that. So you're having a lot of dual energies, like Gemini a little bit. Like wanting to do this, but not wanting to do it. You know, that type of thing. Two different minds on things. So you had the Ace of Swords, which I told you in your environment. Somebody could be talking you down in your environment, making you feel kind of like, you know, hurtful things, or maybe not intentionally doing it to you. Maybe they're just bringing your attention. Well, the way you treated your boss, no wonder he's not giving you a raise, or something silly like that they might say. And then that makes you go within and reflect. Now, I also said that this could be you doing this to yourself, and it could be you doing it to yourself as well. You also have the Ace of Wands on top of that, so you're feeling very, very, very passionate and very much like wanting to have a new start, just like you had with the Fool card here. You want to make a new start with something, because you are, you know, you're showing, the cards are telling me that you feel stuck, you feel kind of bored. Like things have kind of come to a slow down too much for you, and now you have too much time and you're thinking too much and you're going in and beating yourself up, and you don't want that, but yet you also have the passion and the energy to want to go out and start something new, okay? So this is also in your environment. There could be someone in your environment that would, you know, want, maybe they're trying to talk you into going out and starting something new, but I see this power is yours here, this passion is yours, and you may be sharing that with someone in your environment. They may be talking to you about, hey, you know, you'd probably feel better if you get out and go do something. So you could have somebody talking to you like that in your environment. All right, and in your fears, your hopes and fears, you do have, or you did have the Four of Wands on the first one. The Four of Wands, wanting that, you know, the home with the security and just a place to go to call home, and feeling like, you know, when you get there, everything's complete and you've got everything you want and need. And you're feeling a little bit like that's stymied a little bit, like you don't have that yet, or not the way, exactly the way you want it. And then you have the Five of Wands on top of that. But yet you don't want to, the Five of Wands speaks of arguing and fighting physically, really, because the Five of Swords is more of arguing mentally. So I guess physically, shooting it out your mouth and screaming is physical, right? Where the Five of Swords is more a mental arguing, even though it is communication, you do talk it out your mouth. But so this could be either physical fighting, or this could be verbal, okay? So what I'm trying to say here is, you know, you want that stability. You're afraid that you're not going to ever be stable again, because you don't want any arguing and you don't want any fighting, okay? So you're fearing both of those things. Now, we're going on to your outcome. You got a beautiful outcome card here. Very, very good. My goodness. Did you get the Nine of Pentacles here? You got a lot of pentacles in your reading. You got the Nine of Pentacles on both of your clarification cards for your outcome. You have the Star card, which is all your dreams and hopes, wanting them to come true. Well, if you asked a yes or no question and I only drew one card, this would be yes. Your hopes and dreams are going to come true, Virgo. They are. They really are. And look at this. You've got the Nine of Pentacles with it. So, you know, I mean, this is somebody that, you know, has their hopes and dreams come true, and they have the wherewithal to go have fun and enjoy life. This is a very good outcome. Okay, the previous one that you got on the first time was the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So you know, it's that single card I told you about where, actually that's not the single card, I take that back. The Nine of Pentacles is it? No, it's the Queen of Pentacles that is the, is it the, I'm confused on that now, but anyway, either way that it lands, the fact is the Nine of Pentacles is a card that shows that you have enough, more than enough to go out and have a good time and do what you want. And you do have the Star card here to get your way on what you want. What you're dreaming is going to come true. And you're also going to have money to boot. Okay? How awesome is that? All right. And you don't want to hold back. You want to be, you know, with the Four of Pentacles, you don't want to hold back. You want to, you know, I thought this was the single card. I'm still kind of unsure about that. I'm getting that it is. I'm reading intuitively that it is. And, you know, you don't want to stop yourself from thinking about maybe getting together with someone again. Because you're feeling single, like you have everything you want, but you're missing something. Okay? So let me do 3 more cards. And it's going to be past, present, and future. So let's see what we have here for Virgo, past, present, and future, just to get a clarification. Okay. This time will pass, Virgo, and you'll be out of that funk. If for some of you that are in that funk, you'll be out of it before you know it. The planets are all shifting. And we all go through this time. We all have this. Right? Nobody's ever always happy. No one's ever always perfectly content. So I wouldn't worry about it. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and break this. Oops. Take it just like it is. Put it right there. Alright. So that was past, present, and future. Looks like you're going to come out of it there, Virgo. You got the card for your near future of you coming out of any kind of depression or feeling down out of this funk. The card for right now, though, does show a Page of Swords. You know, either you are talking bad about other people and gossiping, or it could be that someone around you is talking bad about you and gossiping. Usually the Page of Swords can be a very immature person, someone that goes around and tries to stir trouble up between people. You know, they might try to mess your job up, they might try to mess your relationship up, they might try to mess you up in any way, shape, form they can, mess you, you know, try to make your friends not like you, that type of thing. So this is the energy you have around you right now. And wasn't there something in your environment that we had? The Ace of Swords, yeah, somebody talking, you know, saying things to you to make you reflect inward and think about, well, are they right or am I right? Kind of like throwing you off what you know to be true about yourself, right? Okay, it could be a person that's a fire sign that has fire. It could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries person, or they have it in their rising sign or their moon sign, okay? That's what I'm getting there. So in the past, you had a card here that shows that you don't want to move on, or you didn't want to move on in the recent past from the situation that you're in right now. You didn't want to really move on from it. And then the current situation is somebody's talking crap, somebody's being immature, being a little brat type person. And then in the near future, it shows you coming out of all that crap, coming out of thinking down or bad or any of that. Okay, so yay, Virgo, that's awesome. So that was a beautiful reading. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a love reading for all the 12 signs, and I will be back. So I will talk to you later, Virgo. Take care. Bye-bye.